Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. I just want to quickly do a little video about the approach to an infection and comparing it, the way that Truly Holistic goes about that compared to modern medicine. Now, I worked in the modern medicine field for 12 years, so I'm very aware of their approach to things and when it comes to infections. Um, and it's very different to that how I approach it now as a quantum intuitive healer at Truly Holistic. Now, in regards to a bacterial infection, modern medicine will use an antibiotic. Now, the word or term antibiotic means anti-life, okay? And if we just want to simplify what that is, it's quite a barbaric approach because essentially you're throwing a bomb on your microbes. And it's not a specific science because you're throwing a bomb which is going to kill pathogenic microbes, and pathogenic meaning microbes that are working against the body, but it's also going to kill, there's going to be collateral damage. It's going to kill beneficial microbes that are working with and for the body. And of course, long-term usage of antibiotics can cause dysbiosis of your inner ecology, we call your microbiome. So there are many adverse effects related to that form of treatment, and it's quite barbaric and it's got a lot of adverse effects because, as I say, it's not an exact science. Now, the way that we go about it Truly Holistic is we realize, because I work with energy, and the energy is the foundation of everything. So everything that is physical is energy at its core, and energy is consciousness, energy that has an intelligence to it. And everything is consciousness at its core, right? And what it all has in common is that consciousness wants to evolve itself. Right? You're here. The whole reason you're here as a soul consciousness, that's what you infinitely authentically are, is to create a reality that provides certain experience that you can learn from, which is to turn those learnings, that experience, into wisdom, which is, right, to evolve as a consciousness. So when we look at bacteria, mold, fungus, yeast, they are all part of your inner ecology. Okay, a lot of people go, what, mold? Yes. Okay, now at its core, all of that is consciousness, right? With the purpose and fulfillment to evolve itself. So when we present a state or environment that's not allowing those microbes to evolve, that's when their expression, right, the symptoms that we get through the body, their behavior, right, the way they interact with that part of the body, and how they ultimately function changes accordingly to the environment. And if you're not providing an environment that supports its evolvement, it's then going to showcase itself in a pathogenic way, working against the body, because it's not working with the body, because you're not providing an environment to allow it to evolve and be its true self as a consciousness, just like a human, right? It's like when a human, it's like, with the medical approach, we just bomb them because, oh, you're bad, you're pathogenic, you're a bad microbe, and that's all you'll ever be. It's like saying to a human, you did that one behavior, so therefore you're a bad human for the rest of your life. We don't, for the most part, we don't do that, right? When somebody gets out of line, they do something bad, they go to a counselor, and a counselor will go, hey, or they'll talk to someone, they'll want to know the underlying intention of why they did that bad thing, why they did that bad behavior, right? And then they might go, oh yeah, home life's tough at the moment, right? Or I had a bad upbringing, all these sorts of things, which is an environment, a state that they've existed within that led to this action, right? This behavior. So again, we look at that at Truly Holistic and we realize that, okay, the way that we go about it is we then find out where, whether it's a bacteria. Again, we don't get into specific strains because that's just a compartmentalization, a mind thought mentality that is not needed. That's just confusing and conflicting the whole thing. We just find out, okay, is it bacteria? Is it mold? Or is it fungus? Or is it yeast or candida? And the way we go about it is we just make the intention to evolve that particular microbe, because that's what it wants, right? To reinstate that environmental state that now supports that microbe to evolve, which means it's not going to work against that part of the body. It's now going to work in and with that body in a balanced relationship. Okay, which we then call, and modern medicine calls, beneficial microbes, right? Beneficial pathogenic microbe, same microbe. They just change their expression, behavioral function, dependent on the environment and state they're given, just like ourselves. Okay? So you can see that truly holistic approach goes much deeper into understanding why they express, behave, and function in that way. And when we have that greater level of understanding and knowing, then we are more equipped, we're a more better way to remedy the issue without causing more collateral damage or adverse effects. Now, why modern medicine science with the antibiotic way of treatment causes all so much collateral damage and adverse effects is because, as I say, it's not an exact science, and it has a lack of understanding and knowing of why it's like that to begin with, right? If we don't understand something, then our approach to remedying or treating that thing is compromised. Another example, cancer. Why is our treatment methods not doing such a good job with cancer? With cardiovascular disease, right? These are 2 killers of humans, and it's been that way for decades because generally on a human level we have a lack of understanding and knowing of really what is heart disease, what is the heart at its core and its whole role and purpose, right? We know that at Truly Holistic. Science, medicine don't. Okay, it's not just simply a pump, a thing that pumps blood around your body. There's so much more to it. And we explain at Truly Holistic why it's an organ that is unique, has a rhythm and a rate to it like no other organ has. We can explain that at Truly Holistic, which then showcases its original purpose of what the heart is. We know what cancer is, how it's facilitated, where it comes from, what it's trying to do. When you have that information, then you know how to go about it and remedying it without, again, causing more collateral damage and adverse effects. Okay? We have all this because there's a greater level in understanding and knowing that we provide at Truly Holistic compared to the modern medicine model. So, you know, if you're on the board, on the fence about, hey, should I give it a go at Truly Holistic? Give it a go. I always say to people, hey, it's not really about what it is or how it goes about it. If it remedies your health problem, that's all that matters, right? And at Truly Holistic, we're creating an extremely high level of knowing and understanding of how things are all interconnected, why they're here, the whole purpose, the whole understanding of it all. And through that means, we've been able to create an approach to provide remedies, to know the cause to the effect. That is not making the situation more complex, it's making it more simple. And it has to be, because you need to know why that is. You need to understand the whole thing and how everything connects. It's not a complex situation. We've actually made it more complex through mind, thought, mentality, and perceiving it from here. We get all back in the heart simplifies, but it provides a greater level of knowing. And why the heart provides the greater level of knowing is simply this. When we talk about our greatest desires, the things we want in our life, it's always associated with the heart, right? We say it's our heart's desires. We never say it's our brain's desires or kidney's desires or liver's desires. And why we call it our heart's desires? Because the heart already knows what you want and what you need. Why? Because the heart facilitates your higher level of knowing of what you are, and that is a soul consciousness. It's what provides you your soul consciousness, what you authentically, infinitely are. And we utilize that higher level of knowing in the way that we approach everything that a human experiences. So come and check it out. Book an appointment at trulyholistic.net/appointments/. Anyway, catch you later.